Welcome back to the Coins Information HD channel, everyone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of German coins, specifically, the 1970 F Mint Mark V Pfennig coin from West Germany. This tiny piece of brass-clad steel might not seem like much at first glance, but it carries with it a unique history, a distinctive mint mark, and a story that connects to the economic recovery of post-war Germany. That will uncover its history, explain what the F Mint mark really means, explore how rare this coin truly is, and reveal its true market value and collector worth as of 2025. So if you've ever found one of these small golden-colored coins in your collection or inherited one from a relative, stay tuned. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you have and whether it could be worth a lot of money. The 5 Pfennig coin was part of the Deutsche Mark currency system, which served as the backbone of West Germany's economy from 1948 until the introduction of the euro in 2002. In 1970, Germany was a divided nation. West Germany and East Germany existed as two separate political and economic entities. The Federal Republic of Germany, or West Germany, issued this coin as a standard denomination used in everyday transactions. The 5 Pfennig coin was small but important. 5 of them made 1/4 of a Deutsche Mark, and 20 made 1 full mark. The obverse side of the coin displays a simple but symbolic image, an oak seedling growing from the ground, surrounded by the inscription, Bundesrepublik Deutschland, and the year 1970. The oak tree is a traditional symbol of strength, endurance, and renewal in German culture, representing the rebuilding of the country after the devastation of World War II. The reverse side of the coin features the large numeral 5, the word Pfennig, and 2 stylized ears of rye flanking the denomination. Above the number sits a tiny but crucial letter, the mint mark. In this case, it is the letter F, which tells us exactly where this coin was minted. Germany used several different mint marks to indicate where its coins were struck. Each mint mark corresponds to a different city. The letter F represents the Stuttgart Mint, located in the state of Baden-Württemberg. This mint was one of the most productive in the country, producing coins of various denominations for decades. Other German mint marks include D for Munich, G for Karlsruhe, and J for Hamburg. The presence of an F on your 1970 coin means it was produced in Stuttgart, and that can affect both rarity and value, since each mint produced slightly different quantities each year. For the 1970 F5 Pfennig coin, the Stuttgart Mint struck tens of millions of examples, but only a very small fraction were made in proof or collector quality. The 5 Pfennig coin from 1970 was made of brass-clad steel, giving it a bright golden brown appearance. It weighed around 3 grams, measured roughly 18.5 millimeters in diameter, and had a smooth edge. Unlike coins made of precious metals such as silver or gold, the 5 Pfennig was entirely a base metal coin intended for circulation. However, despite its humble composition, it's become a nostalgic and collectible item because it represents a specific era in German history, the years of industrial growth and European integration before the transition to the euro. Now let's talk about production numbers, because mintage plays a major role in determining a coin's rarity. In 1970, several German mints struck the 5 Pfennig coin, each with its own mint mark. The Stuttgart Mint, the one represented by the F, produced over 45 million coins that year for circulation. That is a high figure, meaning the regular business strike coins are relatively common. However, there is an interesting twist. A small number of proof coins, known in German as Poliert Platt, were also produced. These proof coins were not meant for general circulation, they were created for collectors and display purposes, struck with specially polished dies to achieve a mirror-like surface and sharp details. For the 1970 F5 Pfennig proof, the total mintage was only around 5,000 pieces, which makes it extremely scarce compared to the tens of millions of regular strikes. That limited number makes the proof version the one collectors truly seek. So, is the 1970 F5 Pfennig rare? The answer depends on which version you have. The regular circulation coin is not particularly rare. Because more than 40 million were minted and many were preserved after the introduction of the euro, it is relatively easy to find in collections and even in old jars of coins. However, condition matters a great deal. Circulated coins with scratches, discoloration, or rust spots generally have only minor value. On the other hand, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition, those that have never been used in transactions, can attract collector interest. The proof version, however, is a different story. With only about 5,000 minted, it is quite scarce, and examples in pristine condition can fetch significantly higher prices among numismatists. Proof coins usually have mirror-like fields, frosted designs, and come in protective packaging, often as part of special collector sets issued by the mint. When determining a coin's value, grading is everything. Coins are evaluated based on how much wear they have. A coin in poor or fair condition will show heavy wear, with design elements nearly smooth. A coin in fine or very fine condition retains more detail but shows noticeable wear on the oak leaves and the numerals. A mint state, MS, or uncirculated coin has full detail, luster, and no signs of circulation. And finally, a proof coin, PR, has a highly reflective surface and sharp design elements. Collectors usually prefer coins graded by professional organizations that confirm authenticity and assign an official grade. A small difference in grade can make a big difference in price. Let's move on to the part most people are curious about. What is the 1970 F Germany 5 Pfennig coin worth today in 2025? For most examples found in circulation condition, the coin's value is modest. Because millions still exist, these typically sell for anywhere between a few cents and a couple of dollars, depending on condition. An uncirculated 1970 F5 Pfennig, one that has been preserved perfectly without handling, might sell for between $5 and $15, depending on the buyer and the market demand. However, the proof version of this coin is where things get interesting. Because of its tiny mintage and its superior quality, a genuine 1970 F proof 5 Pfennig can command much higher prices. In 2025, a proof in top condition could be valued in the range of $50 to $100, sometimes more if graded and certified by a reputable service. While that might not make you instantly rich, it's a substantial difference compared to the common circulation coin. Moreover, collector interest in pre-Euro German coins has been gradually rising, which could drive values upward over the coming years. Several factors determine what your coin might be worth. Condition, the single biggest factor. A flawless, uncirculated coin always brings a premium. Proof or circulation strike. Proof coins are worth far more due to scarcity, market demand. When collectors show renewed interest in certain series or historical periods, prices can rise. Packaging and provenance. Proof coins with original mint packaging or certificates are often more valuable. Authenticity and grading. Certified coins graded by trusted organizations have verifiable value and are easier to sell. If you're not sure which type you have, a good tip is to examine the coin under bright light. A proof coin will have a mirrored background and frosted raised elements, whereas a normal coin will have a more matte appearance. Beyond the question of money, the 1970 F5 Pfennig coin holds symbolic and historical importance. It represents a time of economic stability and growth in West Germany, when the country was rebuilding its industries and re-establishing itself as a global economic power. The oak seedling design itself is a metaphor for that rebirth. From the ashes of the past, a new tree was growing, strong, resilient, and deeply rooted. That symbolism, combined with the beautiful simplicity of the design, makes it a favorite among collectors of modern European coins. If you own a 1970 F5 Pfennig coin, here are a few important tips. Handle carefully. Always hold coins by their edges to avoid fingerprints or damage. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning can scratch the surface and drastically reduce value. Store properly. Keep coins in acid-free holders or capsules to prevent corrosion. Check for proof features. If it looks exceptionally shiny and crisp, it might be a proof. Research before selling. Check auction results, collector forums, or coin shows for the most up-to-date pricing. Even if the monetary value is modest, coins like this often carry great sentimental and educational worth. They are tiny historical documents, preserving art, politics, and culture in metal. To sum everything up, the 1970 F5 Pfennig coin from West Germany was minted in Stuttgart and is made of brass-clad steel. Over 40 million were struck for circulation, making the regular version common, but only about 5,000 proofs exist, making those significantly rarer. In 2025, the coin's value depends largely on condition. Circulated examples are typically worth small amounts, while pristine uncirculated coins or verified proof versions can command much higher prices among collectors. Beyond financial value, this coin stands as a symbol of West Germany's recovery and unity. It represents resilience, growth, and renewal, themes embodied in the oak seedling at its center. So, if you have one of these coins, take a close look. You might just be holding a piece of post-war German history in your hand, and possibly a valuable proof collectible if you're lucky. Thank you for watching this detailed exploration of the 1970 Germany 5 Pfennig coin. If you enjoyed learning about the history, mint marks, and value of vintage coins, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling us what rare coins you'd like to see featured next. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and never underestimate the stories hidden in the smallest pieces of change.